So good day everyone, my name is Jenny Sarferer. I am your presenter today. Today we're diving into a critical topic, gender in labor. While more women are entering the workforce than ever before, they still face unique challenges from lower pay and fewer promotions to the heavy burden of unpaid work at home. In this report, we'll explore how laws like the Magna Carta of Women are working to level the playing field and why breaking down traditional gender roles is the key to a fairer, more productive economy for everyone. Women face different constraints from men in the labor market. This is recognized in the Republic Act 9710 known as the Magna Carta of Women enacted in 2009. This act recognizes that equality of men and women entails the abolition of the unequal structures and practices that perpetuate discrimination and inequality. In connections with employment, the Philippine Commission on Women indicates that the Magna Carta of Women will level the playing field by making productive resources and economic opportunity equally available for both men and women. Men and women face different struggles when looking for work. To help fix this, the Philippines passed a law in 2009 called the Magna Carta of Women. This law aims to stop the unfair treatment and break down the old system that hold women back. By following this law, the government wants to make sure that both men and women have the same access to money, tools, and job opportunities. Key aspects of gender in labor. First is the gender division of labor. Societies traditionally assign different types of work to men and women, often valuing men's market labor more than women's unpaid care work. Second is the labor force participation. Women historically have lower participation rates, partly due to the family responsibilities, though gaps have narrowed as more women enter paid work. The way society views work is often split by gender, creating two main challenges of the equality. First, the gender division of labor traditionally separates men's works from women's work, often placing a higher financially value on office or factory jobs while ignoring the importance of unpaid care work, like housework and childcare, usually handled by women. Second, labor force participation shows that fewer women have paid jobs compared to men. This is largely because family responsibilities often fall on women, making it harder for them to enter the workforce, though this gap is slowly shrinking as more women seek paid employment. Wage gap and pay equity. Women earn less per hour than men. A gap partly explained by job segregation, fewer hours worked, and discrimination, even when education levels are similar. Occupational segregation. Women are concentrated in sectors like healthcare, education, and elementary roles, while men dominated constructions, manufacturing, and transport, influencing earnings and status. Women often earn less money than men, even when they have the same education. This wage gap happens because women usually work fewer hours due to family needs or treated unfairly by bosses. Additionally, occupational segregation means men and women are pushed into different types of jobs. Women are often found in teaching or healthcare, while men dominated higher paying fields like constructions and transport. Because men's jobs typically pay more, women end up with lower earning and less influence in the workforce. Next is the unpaid work. Women shoulder a disproportionate share of unpaid domestic and care work, reducing leisure time and impacting their market work engagement. Next is job quality and discrimination. Women experiences more psychosocial risks like abuse or bullying and have the fewer advancement prospects despite potentially better working time quality. Next is legal framework. Laws promoting equally anti-discrimination, paid maternity leave, and sexual harassment prevention exist, but implementation challenges remains. Women carry a heavy burden of unpaid works and childcare, which leaves them with less time for rest and career growth. In the workplace, they face higher risk of bullying and fewer chances for promotion despite often having more stable working hours. While laws like the Magna Carta of Women exist to provide protections and maternity leaves, the biggest challenges remains making sure these rules are actually followed by the employers. Employment sectors. Agriculture women farmers do not have an equal opportunity to acquire land or register it in their own names. They have fewer inheritance rights than male farmers. Land ownership is important not only to women's ability to earn income, but also as a source of empowerment and autonomy within the household. The lack of land also affect their ability to gain access to credit facilities. Society often separates work into men's jobs and women's jobs. This is called the gender divisions of labor, where paid work is seen as more important than the unpaid work women do at home, like chores and childcare. Because of these family duties, labor force participation for women is usually lower, meaning fewer women have paid jobs compared to men. While more women are starting to work now, these traditional roles still make it harder for them to have the same career opportunities as men. Industry and manufacturing. The numbers of women working in economic zone is estimated to represent 64% of total employment and may be much higher in some industries. Women's shares of employment in the export processing zones is much greater than women's shares of the labor force as a whole, and the conditions of employment are of concern. Reports suggest that working and living conditions are poor, that women find it difficult to obtain work while pregnant and after the birth of their baby, and that unionization is uncommon. In the manufacturing industry, especially in export processing zones, women make up the majority of workers, about 64%, while they have many of the jobs. The working conditions are often very poor. Women in these areas face serious problems such as losing their jobs or finding it hard to get hired if they are pregnant or have a new baby. Additionally, most of these workers do not belong to the unions, which makes it even harder for them to ask for better treatment and higher pay. Tourism. It appears that tourism planning has not included women or has had insufficient regard for gender issues. Within the tourism industry, relatively few women have the educational qualifications or foreign language skills to compete for front of house position in the hotel industry as tour guides or in travel agencies, and women are more likely to be employed as housekeepers, waitresses, or similar low levels positions. In the tourism industry, planning often ignores the specific needs and challenges of women because many women lack specialized training or foreign language skills. They struggle to get higher paying jobs like hotel management, travel agents, or tour guides. Instead, most women are hired for lower levels roles such as cleaning rooms or serving foods, which limits their chances to grow and earn more. Business processing outsourcing. The Philippines Information Technology Business Process Outsourcing Roadmap 2011 to 2016 is not gender responsive and does not address women's constraints in accessing higher paid work on non-voice services are the likely growth in information technology and engineering. The BPO or Business Processing Outsourcing industry in the Philippines has a plan for growth, but it doesn't focus enough on helping women. Most women in these sectors work in boys' jobs, like answering phones in call centers. The current growth map fails to help women move into higher paying, not voice jobs such as IT, software development, or engineering, because the plan doesn't address the specific challenges women face. They are often left out of the most technical and best paying parts of the industry. Government services. Public sector employment is an important source of jobs with better pay and conditions for women than many other industrial sectors. But women are constrained by being predominantly employed in traditional, gender stereotyped care sectors, government occupations such as health and education, and they are underrepresented in the higher paying subsectors. Working for the government is a good choice for many women because it usually offers better pay and safer conditions than other jobs. However, most women in the public sectors are stuck in traditional roles like teaching or nursing, which are often seen as women's work because they are grouped into these specific areas. They are often missing from the higher paying leadership roles and technical department. Entrepreneurships. There has been a rapid surge in the number and proportion of female entrepreneurs in developing countries. Minity and Nude 2010 to 80 studies indicates that female-led MSEs increases employment opportunities for women and contribute to wider development goals. ADB and ILO 2030's one survey indicate that women entrepreneurs are more likely than men to be motivated by necessities. These are livelihood-oriented entrepreneurs attempting to escape unemployment. Vietnam Women Entrepreneurs Council 2007. More women in developing countries are starting their own small business. These females run shops and companies are great for the economy because they often hire of the other women and help their communities grow. While some people start businesses to get rich, many women do it because they need to. It is their way of avoiding unemployment and making enough money for their families to survive. In short, women entrepreneurs turn a personal need for a job into a way to help everyone around them. Salient policies on gender equality in the labor market. The Philippines has agreed to many international rules on human rights and gender equality, which are also written in its 1997 constitution. Several law protects workers from discriminations and sexual harassment and support equality between women and men. The Magna Carta of Women eats out women's right in work and daily life, but some still struggles to use these rights because they don't know about them or find the process hard. In 2012, it became the first Asian country to approve rules for domestic workers. A year later, a new law called Batas Kasambahay was passed to protect these workers, most of whom are young women. The Philippines ensures workplace gender equality through the Constitution and the Magna Carta of Women, which protects against discriminations and harassments. A key achievement in the Batas Kasambahay is a law providing essential rights and benefits to domestic workers. Despite these protections, many women still struggle to claim their right due to a lack of awareness or a complicated legal system. To wrap things up, it's clear that while we've made progress in bridging the gap between gender and labor, the journey towards equality is still ongoing. Laws like the Magna Carta of Women provides the blueprint, but real changes happens when we value work both in the office and at home, regardless of who is doing it. When we create a workplace where everyone has an equal chances to lead and succeed, it doesn't just benefit women, it strengthens our entire economy. Thanks for watching, and let's keep working towards a fairer future for all. That's all. Thank you.